My name is Amber Peterson, and today I want to talk about the differences between non-sexist and single-sex education. First, let's talk about the influence of gender on education. Gender bias is all over the educational system. It is mostly unintentional and can be as simple and innocent as lining children up by their sexes. This makes them feel different and unequal. The bias behind the different genders affects the way teachers think and react to the students. Teachers usually expect girls to be quieter and neater than boys, while they expect boys to be more outspoken and active. Some research has found that girls do not receive as much attention from teachers and that most of the attention is negative. The teachers, since they expect the girls to be nicer, they don't give them as much slack as the boys when they misbehave. Girls tend to do better in reading and writing, while boys tend to do better in math and science. Research has found that some subjects just come naturally to one sex over the other. First, let's consider non-sexist education. The whole point of non-sexist education is to make sure that the sexes are treated fairly and equal in every area of schooling. We can do this by making sure that the readings are represented by both male and female authors, that there are male and females in the pictures on the walls of people playing sports or any other material given to the students. It's represented by both males and females. The curriculum needs to contain the contribution of both males and females in history and explain why and how females were held back from finding success in other fields such as science. Young girls are going to read the history books and think that they can't do science because many other women haven't, but they need to know that they have opportunities that weren't allowed back then, and they need to pursue their dreams. Girls need to be encouraged to use their voices. There was a time when women were seen and not heard, and although we have made major strides from that point, there's still times when men are just a little bit louder than women, and young girls need to know that their voices matter. Boys and girls should be encouraged to interact and work together. This helps them see each other as equals and diminishes the power struggle between them. Let's talk about single-sex education. Single-sex education removes gender bias and discrimination by separating the genders. They are able to focus on the unique learning styles of each gender and create an environment for them. Most of these schools are all girls, but there are plenty of all-boy private schools as well. Research has found that girls in single-sex schools are more likely to pursue fields that are dominated by males, such as math and science, than girls in co-ed schools. This is about confidence. These girls have more self-confidence, more self-esteem, because they are not having to worry about what the other sex thinks of them or compete with them. Which type of education is better? There are a lot of ways in which these two types of education differ and are alike. But what matters is the individual student. Some young ladies might flourish in a single-sex school when they wouldn't do as well in a non-sexist educational setting, and vice versa. The instruction in these two types of schools are very much the same. They're being taught the same subjects, math, science, English, all of that, to prepare them for a higher educational setting. Self-esteem tends to be higher among students in single-sex schools. I've already mentioned this. I think it has a lot to do with the students not having to worry about what students of the other sex may think about what they do or say. They also find more support when wanting to pursue a subject that is dominated by those of the opposite sex. I think this is a lack of competition with the opposite sex. There is no one else to encourage to do it, so when a young student shows interest, the teachers are likely to push them to pursue that. Research has found that single-sex schools seem to promote gender stereotypes. Separating the genders deepens the divide between them and makes the differences feel more apparent. I do think that separating them makes them feel like they aren't equals, and they should be on a level playing field so that they learn how to interact and work together in life.